At the beginning of every year, we all set out goals, vision boards, and things to guide us on how our year is supposed to go. But the question now is, does everything really fall in line with how we plan them? The year has its own mind and sometimes never goes as planned. In this video, I'll be reviewing my 2025 goals and how everything has turned out so far.
Alright, without further ado, let's jump right into it.
I've been thinking everything about you one night long. In the morning.
Now, the first one, I wrote that in 2025, I wanted to become more successful. Did I become more successful in 2025? First of all, I wanted to define what success means to me. So, success would actually mean ease, comfort, more money, of course, be there for my family. With that being said, I would say I was successful last year. A lot of good things happened last year. I gained a lot of milestones last year to add to my success, and overall, I would say I became more successful in 2025. The next one is the year I step out of my comfort zone and become the best version of myself. Yes, I did that to an extent. I was off and on. I started a number of courses, although I couldn't finish them because around that time I had to take care of my mom, who I eventually lost. That took a toll on me, and I ordered the course. But the good thing is that I started. What else did I do? I posted more consistently on social media. I put myself out there, even though I wasn't as consistent because I was going through different forms of stress, burnout, and all. But I tried. I made an attempt. I won't say that's the best I could have done, but even the time and what I had available as at that time, I would say yes, I did a number. Third one, yeah, I prioritize my mental health and love myself even more. Yeah, I did a lot of that. Last year, I prioritized myself. I put my mental health first. I looked out for opportunities that were draining for me. So I'll say last year I protected my peace and my mental health. Wow, it looks like I actually did a few good ones last year. The next one would be the year I embraced unconditional love, genuine love that feels like home. Last year I felt love. Okay, not just from my husband, from my family, my friends came through for me. And I would always shout them out. Sometimes I'm in awe of the kind of people I have in my corner because they show up and show all out for me, and I'm really grateful for them. So yeah, last year I did that. The next one would be my year of immense happiness and gratitude. Yeah, I was happy last year. Was I? I was happy. I was happy even while with my mom, even while mourning. There are still little joys in those moments. Could be absurd to say, but I experienced happiness. At least for the life that my mom lived, for who she is, this phone actually belongs to her. And it's like a keepsake for me right now. And thank God for the privilege of me being able to take care of her. She was with me in my place before we went to the hospital where she died. But she died, I took her from the house, from my husband's house actually, to take care of her. And then during that period, she passed on. So if I didn't get the privilege to like go into her, take care of her, nurse her, all that, maybe I would have felt worse than I do. There's still this guilt that comes. Sometimes I ask myself, would she have even survived? Like, would she have still been alive if I left her where she was? I ask myself questions like, what did I do wrong? Where did I get it wrong? What could I have done to avert the death? But yeah, so yeah. I'll say yes. Last year, I was happy. I was happy. Thank God for everybody that came through for me, that supported me, that held my hands. You guys did me good. You guys did me good. Family members, relations, extended family, friends, well wishers came through. Like everything was beautiful. It was really my year of happiness. Even there were sad moments in between. It was my year of ease. God put so many blessings in my life last year. So many people took it upon themselves to make my life easy last year. And I'm deeply grateful to them and to God for bringing them my way. I said also, it's the year I stopped people pleasing. And I did quite a number of that last year. I've never been a typical people pleaser. I've always been outspoken, opinionated, and I try to communicate in the best way possible. But I would say last year I actually stood my ground on some things, especially after I lost my mom. It dawned on me that it's just me right now. There's this realization, this awareness that comes with losing someone dead. If my mom were here today, I promise you, most of the responsibilities, most of the things I have to deal with, most of the things I have to worry about now, I promise you, I won't be involved in any of those things. Especially when it came to relating to family, relating to long distance relations and all that, I won't be involved. I just had to reinforce and straighten my boundaries. So I think last year, I didn't do a lot of people pleasing. I worked on opportunities that were draining for me, regardless of whatever it was they had to offer. I didn't put myself in that micromanagement mindset of which it would look like after this place. What's the next thing for me? Or when I leave here, will there be other opportunities? Won't I be missing out on so much? I didn't do that to myself last year, and I'm really grateful. But it actually skyrocketed me to a beautiful, peaceful life where I would say that I had a breakthrough last year, I was successful last year, I had peace last year, I had happiness, and everything that happened last year, everything I stood for, everything I leaned towards actually brought me to where I am today, and I'm really grateful for that. As also said the year I saw myself in God's purpose for my life. I actually did. Last year was funny because I deepened my relationship with God and I still was shaking. When I lost my mom, it actually drove me crazy. Because I remember saying that I wanted to grow spiritually in my faith with God. And you know that God is quite sarcastic, if I'm to say so myself. For example, you ask God for money. God is not going to throw money at you. God is going to provide opportunities that look like money, and you're going to go make the money for yourself out of those opportunities. We ask God for good health. God is going to first make you go through sickness so that you observe what it is that your body needs and how to now start taking care of your body. We ask God for peace in your home. God is going to provide opportunities for conflicts and watch how you settle those conflicts amicably amongst yourself. So when I ask for spiritual growth, and I lost my mom. It dawned on me. I didn't know if it was the devil playing tricks with my mind. But it dawned on me. I was like, maybe because of this that this happened. God, it was mourning is more of a mental battle than a physical one. So still around the last year, I started building my faith again. I started asking God questions, drawing closer to Him, and asking that He comforts me and my family. I said all this to say that no matter what happened to me last year, I just leaned towards the purpose of God's plan for my life, and I submitted my will to Him completely. Actually, when it came to the direction of how my life should go, considering everything that happened. The next one was where I go on multiple vacations and experience so much pampering. I wouldn't say I went on multiple vacations, but I think I went for 3 or more staycations. One was complimentary, which was so good for my soul, but I hope to do better this year. I experienced so much pampering, yes, I did. I did. Immediately and externally from my friends. I really did. From my family too, I did. My friends came through for me last year. I can't overemphasize that. There's actually a friend I would love to call and give a shout out, but I'm not sure they would want something like that because they just like to be behind the scenes doing their stuff. But I'm really grateful for each and every one of you. I don't know if you watch my videos, but if you happen to, you know you're the one I'm talking about. I'm really, really grateful for you in my life. Okay, so I did that. Moving on. The year I practiced good habits and slow living. So I'll start with slow living. Last year, I tried, even with how hectic my work schedule was, I tried with the slow living. But it was towards the end of last year that I really, really stepped into slow living. And I'm really happy about that. Good habits, yes. I actually broke a bad habit last year. And I'm really grateful for the grace of God for that. So yeah, we did that. So nice that. The year I mean, I really won last year. You know, all these things. I didn't even know that I actually smashed every single thing I put out there. To an extent, yes. If I were to score myself, I would give myself an 80 or strong 75% for execution last year. Maybe not the easiest year, but God held my hands through it. God came through for me in front of my friends, and I'm really grateful to God for that. I've said that so many times, I know, It was really the year I won. Yeah. I don't know, whenever I want to say something about happiness or winning, the devil just takes my mind back to my mom. My friend told me that money shouldn't stop me from enjoying and experiencing, like living in my happiness, because those moments would have washed away if I decide to uphold money more than I see what is right in front of me. And by the time those moments have passed, I'll be in regret as to why didn't I live in those moments. I know that money isn't the absence of happiness, and happiness isn't the absence of sadness. So with that being said, 2025 was a good year. This year I have other plans for myself. I feel that in writing, and if God willing, we'll still be here next year to talk about how this present year has gone. I'm really grateful for each and every one of you for your support, and I hope we can continue to grow and chit chat. Let me know how your year went. Don't be shy. I didn't have the best year, but I won. That's all I can say. It depends on your mindset and how you look at it. Some years are for growing, some are for continuation, some are for experiences. Different phases, different seasons, different years. Don't beat yourself up in case you didn't meet every single thing you wanted to do. I pray this year is better for all of us. Please hit the subscribe button, like this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know some other video topics you want me to discuss on this channel. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.